Who knew we'd be back for another video? How is it going, everyone? It is me, Nathan, back again with another special video. I might be a little late with this, in my opinion, but it just depends on when I upload it, I guess, because technically I'm still recording before the end of the year. But, we'll have to see about that in a few days later, maybe. Also, I'm a little under the weather, so I'm sorry if my voice doesn't sound that great. But this video is a special video because we, or specifically me, I'm going to be talking about my overall thoughts and reflect back on the K-pop of 2018, of this past year, of how many great releases we had from these solo artists and groups and whatnot, all the scandals and stuff. You know, K-pop is just so phenomenal. Each year it's just so amazing, so many great releases, and 2018 is something we have to mention because there's so many great things that happened this year. Although I do believe that the prime of K-pop, comparing it throughout the whole years, I do believe that 2015 was a very great year for K-pop, but 2018 is still pretty memorable. So I'm gonna be going over basically all of the releases that I kept up with, all the groups that I follow, all the solo artists that I listen to, and the music that I vibe with. So I'm sorry if I don't mention your favorite group, you know, it's just a disclaimer that we have out there. I didn't really mean to offend you in that kind of way, but if I don't mention a favorite group or a song or a release, it probably either means that, one, I do know what their group, I do know about their group, I do know about their release, but I don't remember the song because I just didn't vibe with it as much, or two, I don't know the group, and in that case, I would really encourage more comments down below that about the new releases that I've never really heard about in 2018, you know, typical. So, let's just get started with this huge list, starting from all the way at the top with January. Now, January is like the mood setter, you know. It starts off the year, obviously, and any release in January is special because the group starts off, any group or solo artist starts off really strong with their comebacks or debuts and whatnot. Honorable little mentions of that I listened to that I really enjoyed in January, songs that I enjoyed. Obviously, iKON, Love Scenario, you know, the international bop song of the year at Melon. Obviously, like, we can't just not mention that here. It's a very good song, obviously. I was there when it released. iKON still going strong up to this day. People thought they would flop, but nope, this happened, and they're so freaking famous right now. So whoop-de-doo, yeah, iKON. Another group's comeback that I really enjoyed in January was Block B. Block B was one of my first K-pop groups that I've ever got into, and it was a really great song that they released, the repackage album for the Montage album, and it was their last ever comeback with Zico in it. Unfortunately, Zico has left Block B, but only because his contract expired. Luckily, he's still making music, and they're still on good terms, so I wish all my best of luck to him and to Block B as well, and hopefully Block B can have another comeback soon before the members enlist into the military. Infinite's comeback was also pretty great. It was the first ever comeback without Hoya because Hoya left in 2017, so a 6-member comeback, pretty good. Line distribution, but you know, we could avoid all that. They still got first win on M Countdown, I believe. Overall, a really good, solid album, and Jonghyun, I believe, is in the military right now. He released something else along the lines. I did check it out, didn't really vibe with it that much, but it was a pretty solid album that he released. I liked Uhyun's album, though. Uhyun's album was really good. I think he released that in like September, whatever. Yeah. Oh, right. We can't forget about Jonghyun, the late ever Jonghyun. Jonghyun released his album in January. It was literally like a month after he passed away, and unfortunately for him, they still released his music regardless. I'm really glad they did, though SM won't profit off of it, thankfully. And overall, it's just, Jonghyun's just a really great artist. Even though, like, he's gone, His music still never fails to amaze me, and it really, you should go check it out. You should honestly go check out any song that I mentioned here if you guys don't know. And if I don't know, then you should recommend some for me that I have yet to check out. Now, another group that I'm looking really forward to in the next couple of years that released a comeback in January is Golden Child. Golden Child is under the same company as Infinite, so they're like the juniors, and I believe they are the youngest like group out there. Rookie group, debut 2017, solid debut somewhat. In total they had 3 comebacks in this whole year of 2018, and I really look forward to how they're gonna do in the next years because I really love their style of music and they seem to have a pretty big fan base. So looking forward to Golden Child. And who could ever forget about Stray Kids? Stray Kids released their mixtape before they even debuted in January. Like, that is pretty amazing considering you're getting a group like Stray Kids to release something before they even debuted. Like, I followed Stray Kids ever since the release of Elevator, and that song just really amazed me, and I was like, no way this is a JYP boy group, you know. I definitely think they're out for success in the future. So far, that's all for January for me that I follow, all the groups that I follow. And now we're gonna move on into the February comebacks. The first ever February comeback that I really enjoyed was 17's comeback with Thanks, repackaged album to the Teenage album, and I just really like songs that are just like getting in your feels, you know, like the Block B song that we just mentioned a few minutes ago. 17 songs are really great. They're so unique, they're so catchy. Woozy is just a really good producer, and 17 is just a group that I really stan because of how unique they are, and there's so many members, and their songs get evenly distributed throughout the years, and at this point they're like, Thanks was a really greatly distributed song, and they just get better at doing it every single time. So credits to 17 for really great improving inline distribution. Another group that had a comeback is SF9. I recently got into SF9 really late, unfortunately. It was after this comeback, Mamma Mia, that I actually got into them, so that's kind of late for me. But although SF9, this was a really good comeback, I really liked the song. It was a change in style compared to all their previous comebacks. Really enjoyed it. Line distribution was really great, and catchy song, you know, all that stuff. SF9 is something I'll be looking forward to throughout the couple of years. And I think that's it for February. I have this whole list right here, oh my gosh. And we're gonna move on into March now. .7's comeback with Look in March was pretty great, but I don't really vibe with it that much. Please don't kill me, I GOT7's. GOT7's new style of music is something that I don't really like as much as their old style. Like, Look and Lullaby are somewhat of the same style, and I don't really vibe with that kind of music most of the time. I'm not saying those songs are bad, it's just I don't really vibe with it as much. This comeback, it was okay for me. I mean, like, I listen to it occasionally, but like, it's just something I wouldn't vibe with. March was also a door opener for J-Hope and his mixtape, or the quote-unquote Hicks-tape. I'm not going to really compare it to RM's mixtape or Suga's mixtape because overall, they all make great music. So although J-Hope is more seen as a dancer than a rapper, like, he just, I guess, showed his rap skills in the mixtape, and yeah, overall solid mixtape, really enjoyed it, yada yada, you get the point, yeah. We also got NCT here. NCT showed us little like comeback videos and stuff, music videos throughout the whole like 2018 spectrum. At the beginning of the year, we got NCT U with Boss and Baby Don't Stop, and then NCT Dream with Go, freaking dark ass concept. NCT Dream, like, we weren't expecting it, and then NCT 127 gets touched, like, what the heck just happened here. But I really liked the Empathy album. Empathy album was really great, and then they finally did Black on Black with all 18 members on stage. That is crazy. NCT is really just a great group, and it's one of SM's greatest moneymakers, I believe. And finally, Stray Kids finally debuted in March. I thought they actually debuted with Elevator and back then, and then I started to get to know them more, found out they're debuting in 2018, and I was like, wow, like, a group that is able to pull off something like Elevator way before they even debuted. And then we got District 9, and it's just like, dude, this group is, I gotta stand. So Stray Kids is a group that I really like. Their style of music, how it is catered towards teens. You know, it's not like the typical love songs and stuff like that. I really enjoy it. I was very fortunate enough to go see them at iKON this past year, and let me just say, it was a really great stage. Stray Kids have the stage presence, the charisma. They have everything to be like the top global artists of K-pop, and so that's credit to them. And their album was great. I Am Not was a really good album. Now, let us move on into April. April, the very at the beginning. At the beginning, we got Pentagon. Come on, who could have forgotten Pentagon? Come on, man. Pentagon with SHINee and their meme dance and their meme song. That was honestly another group that I recently got into. I did look at other Pentagon songs. It's just like, I didn't really vibe with it as much. And then when I heard SHINee, I was like, this is it. And so now, like, I got into Pentagon through this song, and I listen to all their other songs now because of that. Thank you, iKON, for making such a good song. Like, support you wherever you are. And although, yeah, that thing happened with iKON, I don't believe it's worth talking about in this video. I can bring it up. It's something that's really big that happened in 2018, but I don't think it's worth talking about in here, at least in this video, because I just want to talk about the good parts, not really all the bad parts. So we'll be moving on from there. Another comeback in April that I really enjoyed was Super Junior, and with their comeback with Lo Siento. It was actually really good. I don't really like Latin influenced K-pop songs, but there are some exceptions, like this song and O Sole Mio by SF9. I really like those songs. Like, it's just the style of it, you know. It just comes down to opinion, I guess. I was also really fortunate enough to see them at iKON. Thankful for that. They have the stage presence. They have everything, you know. And Super Junior is just, they're gonna keep going, you know. I just can't wait until they come back together all as one again. BTS actually did have a comeback in April. It wasn't a Korean comeback though, it was a Japanese comeback, and I really liked Let Go and Don't Leave Me. Those, like, BTS makes really good ballad style music. I don't know if they wrote it themselves, but it was a really good song. I really liked it. Always like BTS Japanese comebacks. Not the Japanese versions, because they're basically, like, you know what I'm talking about. It's a completely, entirely new song. Like Crystal Snow, you know, those songs. I really like those songs that BTS makes, so creds to them for their popularity in making songs. And I think that's it for the April. And we're gonna move on to May. And May was just a big, there wasn't many big comebacks for me in May. I mean, there's only 2 comebacks for me that I really followed. One of them is BTS, obviously, Fake Love, yada yada. I really liked Fake Love. I really liked the song. Out of the whole Love Yourself, like, concept, Fake Love is probably my second favorite, DNA being my first. And the album was pretty solid. Tear was a really good album. I liked it a lot more than Her, even though DNA is more favorite for me. But overall, it's a really solid album. Not much to talk about besides the fact that it was just a good album, you know. Like, creds to the groups for producing these types of songs, you know? And then finally, we also have SHINee that had to come back with their, like, project as well, Story of Light, I think, throughout the whole months of 2018. And they first started with May. SHINee is just a group that will forever just stay with me. I really like SHINee because of their music, their dances. Obviously Jonghyun's not there anymore, but that doesn't mean I won't follow them. SHINee, I've been with them before Jonghyun was gone, so, you know. Something that I really look forward to is music from SHINee because of their style of music. Like, out of all the SM artists, SHINee is just that one group that will always stay with me. I think besides, out of all the other groups out there, I think SHINee is the one that's, like, has been together for so long, because Super Junior got members that left, same for Girls' Generation, FX, even EXO. But, you know, SHINee, Red Velvet, too, them two, they're both gonna stay that way, hopefully. I mean, well, SHINee lost a member, but that's not the member leaving, you know. So, like, up till now, like, SHINee will still be with me forever. That is it for June. That is it for May. Moving on to June. June, start of summer. Who could ever forget about Day 6? Come on, man. Me being the Day 6 stan. Come on, who could forget about it? Like, who could forget about this album right here? Come on, like, Day 6 is just such a great artist. You know, I really like the SHINee album, like I said before in my past video, that you can probably check out in the description below. Day 6 is just my top favorite group, so yeah. Credits to Day 6 for making really great music. Thank you, Young K, for writing all those lyrics. Thank you, Songjin J, One Peter Tolan, for just playing your instruments. BTOB finally had a comeback in June as well. I really like BTOB's style of music now. I'm really glad that Cuba's let Hyunshik produce most of their songs, because now I'm really liking most of their music because Hyunshik produces them. Hyunshik's style of producing is really nice. It's like their June comeback had a ballad feel toward it. It was like ballad, but then not really, and so I really like that. And I don't really vibe with summer music a lot though, unfortunately, but there are some exceptions, like this being the bop. That's it for June, and we move on to July finally. Now, July was a good month for K-pop, I believe, in my opinion, because of the comebacks there and how it's just summer vibes, you know, and all that stuff. So the first group that I'm willing to talk about, Astro. Astro had somewhat of a complicated 2018 because of their company, and sort of sad that they didn't really promote this album, Rise Up and Always You. The song was really good. I really liked a new style of Astro, no longer cute, you know, not really dark, but somewhat new. Overall, really good song. I really liked it. Astro is just a group that I really think is going to stand out throughout the next years, just like SF9, Pentagon, Stray Kids, blah blah blah. Also, 17 had their July comeback, and oh my god, Woozy is just a genius. I do believe that Oh My is one of my favorite 17 songs now. Like, I don't know why, something is up with 17 music that's so catchy, it just gets in your head. Like, if I were to go into my playlist right now on my phone, I would play all the 17 songs first because of how catchy they are. The title tracks, I mean. Oh My is just no exception. You know, like, it was just a really good new style. Like, it was a new style of music, I even think, and it was like sort of summer vibes, but not really. So I really enjoyed that. Golden Child also had their comeback in July. Really liked Let Me. It was a lot more catchy in my opinion than the other ones. Really liked it though because of the summer vibes. And Golden Child, like I said, was just looking forward to their new releases coming soon. And finally in July we have SF9 with Now or Never, and this was a weird ass comeback, not gonna lie. Concept was not that different, I guess, still pretty dark, but dance was cool. Style of music was really weird, but I really did like SF9's comeback. July comebacks were probably the best. And now we are moving on. And now we are moving on to August with iKON. iKON's first ever comeback after Love Scenario. iKON's New Kids Continue album was a really good album. I really liked Killing Me. iKON is following their steady pattern in songs that I've seen. Love Scenario had like almost the same pattern as Killing Me did. They're getting better at line distribution, thankfully, so thank for that. BI is just a really genius producer as well, so credits to him for that, and so far, solid album. We also got Stray Kids in their comeback in August with My Pace. I really liked My Pace, but like Stray Kid, I can't really say that it's more favorited than District 9. But I did like I Am Who, the album, more than I Am Not though, and I'm really surprised how they made a lot more like music videos for that one than compared to the first. Or did they? No, I think it was like an equal amount. Yeah, there was an equal amount. Really enjoyed Stray Kids music. It's just it was weird because it was like I was expecting such a dark concept, but they went like full on Harden, and then it's just like crazy with that. August was also a comeback for BTS. But ARMY, please don't hate me. I did not like Idol that much. Idol was I raise my expectations high for BTS every single comeback. Every single comeback, I want more of them, right? So ever since they've gotten really popular, my expectations have always been high, and they've always been met, maybe even exceeded. But then Idol was something different. I really didn't like the song. It was kind of whack, to be honest. Not gonna lie. Album was good though. Their Love Yourself Answer album was pretty good. I liked the songs that were on there. I really liked the songs from the Tear album that came on there. And her album, they were pretty good. Finally made like remixes and full-length versions and stuff like that. I do liked I'm Fine though. I'm Fine was honestly, I feel like I'm Fine would have been a better title track than Idol in my opinion. BTS chooses what their title track is, so that's that. And overall, I just didn't like this as much, but hopefully the next comeback will exceed my expectations again. Hopefully. Now in September, this is when K-pop was also as a strong point as in July. I feel like in July it was stronger though because it was the summer. In September we're going into school and all that stuff. We got GOT7 with Lullaby, and like I said before, I didn't really vibe with it. I don't like it as much because of how it was the same style as Look, and it was just a new style that I didn't really like. But song was kind of catchy. I do like it more than Look though, not gonna lie. But it's just something that I don't vibe with as much. Pentagon's comeback was also in September. 8-member comeback, unfortunately. I would have liked their comeback if it actually had all their members, but the song was pretty good. Not gonna lie. Edon is just, Edon, you're a good producer. Like, no matter what people say about you, you're a good producer. But I feel like I would have liked Pentagon's comeback more if they had all the members together. We also got Day6's Japanese releases in September. I did read the comments in my last video. Of course I saw their Japanese debut with Unlock. Like, really now? I'm a Day6 stan, of course I saw it. And ever since they first came out with their Japanese releases at the beginning of the year with like If Mata Aetara? I don't know how it's something like that. That was a really good song, and then they released Stop the Rain, and I was like, oh boy, this is a good song. But when are they gonna actually release the album, you know? And then they finally released Breaking Down, and I'm like, you succeeded my expectations. And then they released the album, and I'm just like, yo, Day6 can really do great music, to be honest. And so yeah, I really enjoyed that. That's it for September. As we move on into October spookiness. Well, sort of, not really. iKON had their comeback, their last ever comeback in October with Goodbye Road. I really like that song a lot. Kind of following the same style as their other songs before. But nevertheless, iKON's ballads always hit you in the feels really hard. Like Apology and, you know, stuff like that. So, really liked iKON's comeback in October. You know who else was in October? NCT 127 with Regular Irregular. That album was spontaneous, spectacular. Oh boy. Regular was a good song. It was Latin influenced a bit, so I didn't like it at first, but then I started vibing with it like after a couple listens to it. This happens to every single NCT song for me. Like, I don't vibe with it at first, and then I'm just like, it becomes a bop later for me. Like, so yeah. So far that was a good album. Stray Kids also had their last ever comeback in October with I Am You. I Am You was just a really good song. They, like, when they released all their comebacks in 2018, it was a weird pattern, because in I Am Not, they go in really hard and just aggressive, and then I Am Who was sort of like the fun but still going in hard, and then I Am You was the emotional yet aggressive song, and I really like that Stray Kids can pull off these kinds of style of music, and the album was pretty good too, so really enjoyed that from there. MINO was also just a great mixtape. So many emotions coming out from that mixtape. Such a good mixtape. Not gonna really compare it to the other ones though, like I said before. But I really liked it. RM, a rap monster, really great artist. I'm really glad that he made another mixtape. And I really want Suga to make another mixtape too. Really liked Forever Rain, and like Tokyo was really good. Soul was a good song too. Really liked all their music. And yeah, Monsta X was also a really great comeback in October with Shootout. I really liked Monsta X's comeback. Monsta X is just a group that I slowly got into in 2017 after Dramarama, so I really liked their music after from there, and so far that was one of my favorite. Shootout is one of my favorite Monsta X songs, and the album was pretty solid as well. I do believe that's everything for October, and now we move on into November K-pop. November K-pop was a lot of releases as well. I think that's what it's written on here. Yes, I wrote everything down on the script so I don't have to memorize saying it. Where was this video going? November K-pop consists of NCT. NCT also had their repackaged album with Simon Says. Like I said before about how I don't really like NCT songs at first, but then they become bops later. Same thing happened down here for Simon Says. It was a weird song, but I mean weird but cool, and now I really like that as a song. Still, NCT 127, my favorite song will still probably be Touch, but Simon Says was a really good song. EXO finally had their comeback in November. Like, oh my god, I was waiting for so long. Yeah, Tempo was a good song, and then they have a comeback, and then they don't even give lay lines in the Korean one, except in the Chinese one. But I really liked Tempo. It was a pretty good song. Kinda salty that they didn't get really nominated for Mama though, but I mean that's fine, you know. The comeback was great enough for that. Promotions were lacking sort of, but you know, we also got MINO's solo debut with Fiancé. Actually, it wasn't a solo debut. I mean, I don't know, but it was a song that he released. I really liked it, and the album was pretty good as well, so looking forward to future releases by Winner and MINO. And finally in November, we got Highlight. Highlight, or Beast before Highlight now, was a group that I really enjoyed after they came back as Highlight, and although this wasn't a full group comeback, you know, because there wasn't no Toojun, but it was fine. The comeback was solid. Really liked it. Get in your fields type of song, and then they released like the digital single I think before that, and so that was a really great song that I enjoyed. Credits to Highlight for making really great music, especially Jonghyun and Nosuk. I totally forgot BTOB's comeback in November without Eunkwang. Oh man, but nevertheless, Hyunjik is still a really good producer, and BTOB's ballads are always on point. So, yes, I really liked Beautiful Pain, and that album is just so great. Our Moment was a really good album. Support BTOB, please support BTOB in their comebacks. BTOB's old music is really great, and their music is really great too. So I recommend go checking out BTOB. Recommend go checking out every single artist that I mentioned so far. And then we move on into December K-pop. December, you know what that means. That's right, day 6. Oh my god. You know, I can't even, like, I'm not even going to talk about it on here because I already made a video with the first listen, and it's in the description below if you guys want to check it out, so you guys can go see that day 6 stuff over there. Moving on, we also have GOT7 with their comeback in December with Miracle, and I've got to say that I like this a lot more than Lullaby, although it was really more Christmassy and stuff like that. I really did enjoy this comeback, because GOT7 never had, I don't think they ever had like a ballad style comeback as a title track, and so this was the first, and thankfully it was something that I liked, and so overall I really liked it as a comeback. Winner also had a digital single on They Came Back with Millions, and surprisingly I did like it. I guess this is different compared to Everyday, so I really liked this, and so yeah, that's overall give credits to Winner for releasing something other than Everyday in 2018, because YG just, I guess, focused too much on iKON for this year more than Winner and Blackpink, I believe, so thankfully they still had this comeback, so credits to them for that. Yeah, I think that wraps up everything that I've listened to so far. What did you guys think about 2018 K-pop? Was it good? Was it bad? Did you guys like it? Did you guys prefer other years? What groups stick out to you? You know, leave it down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys thought, and if I didn't mention any of your favorite groups, then I'm very sorry. I guess I'm still very uncultured with the K-pop scene, or I just know it, even though I didn't mention it. Some bops that were out there in 2018, like Red Velvet with Bad Boy, and like Momoland, Boom Boom, and like Blackpink, you know, Twice, Dance the Night, blah blah blah. You get the point. I've seen it all. Okay, I just don't really vibe with it as much as my music now. So, but if there are some underrated artists that I have not checked out, then yeah, I suggest you show me some for 2018 specifically, because I do want to see other great, amazing music that came out, releases that came out this past year, because 2018 was just a great year full of K-pop. I think that's all for now, and hopefully this video will come out before 2018 ends. If not, then I am terrible at keeping time management. That's it for this. Let me know, like I said before, leave in the comments, like, comment, even subscribe if you really want to, and yeah, thank you for watching, and happy New Year, or happy late New Year, happy early New Year. I don't know when this video is going to come out. Hope to see new releases in K-pop for 2019 to be really great, and just as this year in 2018, and hope to see you guys in the next video, whenever then. Thank you, and goodbye. Dude, I'm gonna get so much flame for all the freaking groups that I didn't mention. Oh my god.